Chase Allan was a gracious, loving soul who was known by everyone in his community to be caring, thoughtful, and kind, and would do anything for someone in need. He attended school in Davis County at Eagle Bay Elementary, Farmington Junior High, and Davis High School. Although he had a shy and quiet demeanor, he was able to make quick friends who cared about Chase deeply and will remember him fondly. Chase graduated from Davis High School in 2016, where he played soccer, earning varsity letters, and at Real Salt Lake Academy. Chase would then pursue higher education and went on to play soccer at UC Davis and Utah State University. He was 25 years old and had graduated from Utah State University. He was always selflessly helping and protecting others in need. He has been studying law the last few years and was a patriot, doing what he could to defend the people's freedom and liberty in his community. The devastating and tragic death of Chase Allan quite literally hits home, as his young life was taken from him on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, in the parking lot of our local Farmington City Post Office. Chase was a son, brother, grandson, nephew, peer, teammate, student, and neighbor, amongst many other important roles he played within our community. We have learned more from media coverage about what occurred than anywhere else right now. Officers claim that it was a routine traffic stop, yet the officer requested multiple other officers to the scene a couple blocks prior to the stop. This resulted in a brutal murder of Chase at the hands of 5 Farmington police officers, with them shooting him while he was still in his automobile and likely terrified for his safety. They shot 12 plus rounds at him while he was still inside the car with the engine running and the lights on when reporters arrived. Police are stonewalling us. Our family has not been permitted to see Chase and has not been contacted by authorities or justice departments with information surrounding this investigation. Chase lived at home with his parents in Farmington. Our family was not properly notified of Chase's death as next of kin. We found out about Chase's death along with the entirety of our community via news reporters and articles written online. That's a statement from Chase Allan's family.
This is a passport. It says, do not stay up, do not detain. And if you go on the first page,
okay,
it says, the United States hereby requests all who may concern
okay.
to permit the citizens
Here's what I'm telling you.
United States named herein,
Here's what I'm telling you.
Without delay or hindrance.
Okay, will you hand that to me so I can read it? You want me to look at it through this tiny crack in your window?
I'm handing it to you.
You're not going to hand it to me?
If I hand this to you, you accept trusteeship and surety, and you are obligated.
Sure, I'll accept trustingship if you just hand me the document so I can identify who you are, because you're required by state law.
I am not.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chase Allan.
That is not me. That is a piece of plastic paper.
So you have a fraudulent passport?
No.
Wonderful.
Is a piece of paper.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay, step out of the car for me.
No.
Sir, step out of the vehicle right now.
I am not required to.
Step out of this vehicle right now.
Then we're going to have an issue where
Step out of the car right now.
Don't step out of the car. We're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car.
Gun! Cease fire!
Fox 20, we got shots fired.
Sarge, step back.
Sarge, step back. Davis, Fox 20, where's the post office? We have shots fired, we got suspect down. 10 more. Show us your fucking hands!
Show us your hands! Don't move!
Fucking hands! Here, I'm gonna go. Keep him on gun.
Okay, I'm coming up. Close in here. Everybody good?
Yeah, is anybody didn't make a hit?
Did he shoot?
I don't have any fucking idea. My fucking gun jammed, so I had to drop my mag. My fucking gun jammed, so I had to drop my mag.
Your mag's here.
Yeah, that's mine, because it's fucking jammed.
Good?
Alright.
Everybody good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure.
Is there anything else on there?
Alright, yeah, somebody grab that IFAC real quick.
I got you.
See where he's hit.
Here you go. Here you go. I got an IFAC right here.
Okay.
I got a glove up.
Hold on. Yeah, just show him what goes on. Where's the gun?
He's got a...
I don't know, he looks like he's got one. Where's his gun? Through his head, possibly.
Who shot?
I did.
Come here.
I did.
You're out. Here.
Well, let's do medical first.
Yeah, we got plenty of help.
I know, but let's just check medical first. Okay. We got multiple bullets to the chest.
Hey, we got other people. Come on. I got you, dude. Come here. Hey, he's yours. You got him?
I shot 2.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you got your stuff. Hey.
You're with.
Yeah. Am I going to turn this off?
Leave it on.
Leave it on for now?
Hey, what do we need to see now?
Grab some tape.
Uh,
How are you?
I'm good.
Do you want to sit in my car?
No. Hey, Kelly. Can you grab my phone so I can call my wife? Or your phone just so I can call her?
Do you know our number?
Yeah.
Come sit on my seat.
Okay.
Sit up. I got it.
Can I just go walk over here and
Yes.
call her?
Let
Pop
me
these off. I didn't do anything with them.
get my Bluetooth off so it doesn't connect to my phone.
My car's in the scene. It was my stop.
I think I've disconnected it. If it doesn't ring, let me know.
Okay. Just my wife, just to let her know.
FOB.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
Hey, deputy. I need you to watch him. He's a shooter.
You good, brother?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm good.
I've got Justin.
I know. I'm not talking about Justin.
Who else do you need, Jeremy? I don't have tape.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I've got tape.
There's tape in my back seat.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
And now we're transitioning to his body camera. You're going to see him approach and tell the driver of this vehicle the reason for the stop. The driver of the vehicle immediately asserts his right to not obey the laws of the land, at least the reason for this traffic stop. And at this point, you're going to hear Officer A call for backup. I want to point out that there's been a statement, there's been an allegation made that backup was called for prior to this. That is absolutely untrue, and you will be able to see that here.
Good, how are you? Good, I'm Officer Farmington Police. Reason for the stop today is there's no registration on your vehicle. Alright. Davis, Fox 21, can you have a couple more head my way?
Okay, so as I said, he asked for backup officers to come.
Is this back window roll down? I just want to make sure that you're the only one in the vehicle. So here's the deal, man. I'm stopping you because there's no registration on your vehicle, and I'm requesting your identification. Okay? You are detained at this time, and you are not free to leave. Are you going to provide me your identification? Okay, so I'm going to take that as a no, that you're not going to provide me your identification. Is that the route we're going? or would you like to provide your identification to me? We can have a conversation. We can discuss the laws that you're breaking, and then we can go from there.
If you want my identification of under arrest and you accept security and trusteeship over it, then you won't be responsible for any debts that you're trying to incur here.
Okay, so I'm not trying to incur any debts or anything. I'm trying to investigate why your vehicle doesn't have any registration.
1692, you are trying to incur a debt and legal action for something
Okay.
that's not allowed.
Okay.
And under
So,
18 section
here's-
245,
here's the-
traveling is a federally protected
Okay.
activity. which
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And what I'm telling you is that you do not have an option to identify yourself.
I do.
You are lawfully required to identify yourself. So you can provide your identification to me, and we can have a conversation about the laws that you've broken, or you can fail to identify to me, and we can go that route too. I'm perfectly okay with either way you want to go, but the direction that this encounter goes is 100% in your hands.
Sir, Utah Code, United States Code,
Okay.
is a corporate policy,
Okay.
which you have to be contracted in to be required to follow it. Unless
Okay.
you provide me a contract with my wet ink signature on it saying that I'm required to follow it,
Okay.
then there is
So do you want
an obligation.
Do you want to identify yourself to me, or do you want to go a different route?
All right. So you're about to see the individual produce what we believe is a U.S. passport, and it identifies him as Chase Allan.
Wonderful. Do you have a driver license as well?
I'm not in your jurisdiction.
Okay.
Do not stop. Do not detain. You are not allowed to stop me.
Let me see that.
On your list.
I didn't see what you just tried to show me. Can you show that to me again? What's this?
This is the passport. It says do not stand, do not detain. If you go on the first page,
Okay.
it says the United States may request all related concerns.
Okay. Here's what I'm telling you. Here's what I'm telling you. Okay, will you hand that to me so I can read it? You want me to look at it through this tiny crack in your window? You're not going to hand it to me?
If I hand this to you, you accept trusteeship and surety, and you are obligated.
Sure, I'll accept trusteeship if you just hand me the document so I can identify who you are, because you're required by state law.
I am not
Thank you so much, Mr. Chase Allan.
That is not me. That is a piece of plastic paper.
So you have a fraudulent passport?
No.
Wonderful. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, you're able to see in the background there that assisting officers have arrived.
Okay, step out of the car for me.
No.
Sir, step out of the vehicle
No.
right now.
I am not required to.
What you're about to hear is Mr. Allen gives a cautionary statement, a warning statement, that we're going to have an issue. I'll let you hear his exact words, but essentially that we're going to have an issue if we proceed. And then you also will want to pay close attention. You're going to see, if you haven't already noticed, he's filming this incident with a cell phone with his right hand, and he's going to transfer that cell phone with his right hand into his left hand.
Step out of this vehicle right now.
We're going to have an issue.
Step out of the car.
You'll notice
Right
the
now. Step out of the car. We're going to break the window.
the placement of the coat at that point of the video did not reveal the holster.
Wow. Step out.
Now, at this stage, you can clearly see the holster exposed as he's moved his coat back. All right, now we're going to get into where the officers are going to make a decision to physically remove him out of the car after multiple attempts to get him to cooperate without any use of force. And again, you're going to see his right hand on his right hip area.
If you don't step out of the car, we're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Go.
All right, this is going to finish up. You're going to see a few things here that are highlighted from still shots. And again, when you watch this footage raw, you're going to see how so much of this is not visible with the body camera. It has to be broke down into frame by frame in order to see some of the things we've already shown you and some things that you're about to see. Okay, at this point, we're gonna run the compilation video, and it's gonna start with Officer A, and run all the way through each officer who are identified by the subsequent letters, and we'll just let that run.
Sir, step out of the vehicle right now.
I am not required to.
Step out of this vehicle right now.
And we're going to have an issue
Sir,
where
step out of the car right now.
Step out of the car. We're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car. Hey, step out of the car for me. Sir, step out of the vehicle right now. Step out of this vehicle right now. Sir, step out of the car right now. Don't step out of the car. We're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car. Sir, step out of the vehicle right now. Step out of this vehicle right now. Step out of the car. If you don't step out of the car, we're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car. Go. Sir, step out of the vehicle right now. Step out of this vehicle right now. Sir, step out of the car right now. If you don't step out of the car, we're going to break the window and pull you out. Step out of the car. Go. Fraudulent passport? Wonderful. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, step out of the car for me. Sir, step out of the vehicle right now. Step out of this vehicle right now. Sir, step out of the car right now. If you don't step out of the car, we're going to break the window and pull you out. Go top of the car. Go, go.
Okay, as I said, that will be made available to all of you along with the raw footage, and I'll take your questions now. Keeping in mind, obviously it's an ongoing investigation. There's going to be some things that I'm not going to be able to comment on simply because I don't know. I know what you know, essentially. So with that, let's begin. Yes, sir.
Chief, with the Allan family history department, when Chase produced the passport to that officer, do you know if the officer knew the family history or had any idea? There's a short amount of time, but did you know? Was that known?
Again, I don't know what the officer would say to that question because I have not spoken to him and asked him that question. But I'm willing to tell you this, that it's not my belief they do, all right? 4 of those officers on scene have been with the department for 7 to 8 months max. One of those officers on scene has been with us for 12 years and has not had any involvement with that family. I apologize.
You talk about what you see in the videos. You see things from textbooks, you see things differently. What do you see?
I see police officers that are made a lawful and reasonable traffic stop and dealt with someone that was combative. Let me change that word from combative to non-compliant. All right, how's that? I see them deal with him professionally, even keeled, cool, calm, and collected temperament, and unfortunately, then I see things go a really tragic direction.
You can't tell what the thing is. The gun, obviously. You see the gun in the holster in the video when you slow it down, and then after you shoot it on the floor. Did you see at any point when you pull it out? Did you see him put it at the officer?
I'm literally watching what you're watching. I have not been privy to any further breakdown. I anticipate that that the protocol team, through their investigation, may be able to provide better detail to that. But
Easy, what you said, easy, said, it happened so fast. Easy. They always come fast.
Based on what I see, which is what we're all watching, I see a manipulation of that holster, movement of that holster, but I can't clearly see a firearm from the angle that the camera does. And I think it's important. You know, Force Science does some really great education and training. Force Science Institute on the difference of what your eyeballs will see on any given scene versus what the camera can see. And I think that's what is occurring here.
Chief,
Yes.
when it comes to training on this, I mean, obviously, the holster and the gun, officers trained by when they see the gun or when the person in this case reaches them?
Officers are trained to respond using deadly force when there's an imminent threat of serious bodily injury or death to them or anyone other than the suspect. And what I see on that video is officers not responding to someone that just has a gun in a holster.
This might be speculative, but do you see that going any other way by the behaviour of the officers?
I apologize. Can you say that one more time?
This might be speculative, but do you see that situation going any other way based on the way the officers approached it?
Yeah, I don't want to speculate on that. I think the initial officer, made a really interesting comment to the driver of that vehicle. This is going to go the way you decide it's going to go.
Now that we're more time to investigate, is there any indication that the
I have not spent any time corroborating that. I've seen the reports. That's nothing I've spent any time looking into. Yes.
Chief, at
Here
some
then.
point with the dispatch order we heard, there was somebody said shut off all the body cameras. That has led to a lot of speculation that police say maybe we messed up or something like that. Shut off the body cameras. What is your response to it when we heard that?
To be clear, the police have not said maybe we messed up. I've answered this question. I'm happy to answer it again. Having worked on these protocol teams throughout my career, the order to shut off body cameras was simply done out of efficiency for the investigation. The dynamicness, the fluidity of the incident was well over with before that radio broadcast that you're referring to was put out. And it's simply so that an investigator that could otherwise be doing other important things for the investigation doesn't have to sit and watch every second of a video camera that provides nothing. It was over, correct.
Can you, I don't know, can you make any judgments whether they were justified or not justified?
That's not my place to do that.
Can you tell me a little bit about, you've seen this a lot, how many shots were fired? Have you been able to determine, and was it the 5 officers?
There were 5 officers that fired, and the amount of shots will be included in the critical incidents report. That takes time to get those ballistic reports back, so I can't comment on it today because I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering back at the beginning too, if the illegitimate plate was in front of the book was on that plate when the illegitimate person.
It's yeah, I refer to it as more of a placard. There's nothing about it that says it's a license plate, as we all know it, right? There's a flag symbol, and then to be quite honest, I don't even know what the text says on there. I haven't viewed it that thoroughly, but it's not a plate from the state of Utah or any other of the 49 states. I do not know that. Farmington Police Department has not had contact with the family. That is an assignment that's been given through the protocol team to the Bountiful Police Department. I know that they were made multiple attempts to reach out to the family. The last I heard is that the family had not responded back. That offer was given to them, or at least attempted to be given to them, before you all viewed it. I don't know where that stands. Yes. You know, it's we talk about routine traffic stops. The word normal, I don't know that I can apply the word normal to that.
Maybe you said this, maybe you can't say, did he fire, or did he say he didn't fire?
Again, the ballistics report would be what would give us that information, and that would be some time before we're privy to that. Yes. Because it's factual. It's information that we have that we can get out. I think transparency. I know the public. Many people want to know where this is at, and in the effort of transparency, we're anxious to put out what we know and what we can say. And so, you know, the reason statements aren't made during an open active investigation is someone might misspeak, and that creates conflict from one statement to the other. The video speaks for itself. The video is not going to change. Yes, it appears to me that he's now. I don't know if he actually is videoing, but it certainly appears to me that he is.
Yeah, I was wondering if
I have no doubt. Yeah, I have no doubt. No, I am not privy to the critical incident team's investigation whatsoever. Once again, I have no doubt that will all be part of the critical incidents team critical incidents team's investigation.
How are those officers doing? I mean, there are split-second decisions that are made that have dire consequences. How's the environment?
They're impacted. All of us are. I think officers across the country are impacted. I've watched several videos of officer-involved shootings through my years, and whether it's in your hometown or whether it's across the country, it impacts you. And my guys are definitely impacted. I've talked to all my officers daily, and certainly these officers. I've checked on their well-being. They're okay. They're okay. They're doing all right.
Another question, Chief. I mean, yeah, these are 5 officers. Each of us with this 20%. How are you guys moving forward? 5 officers.
We're doing the best we can, and as I told you in my introduction, we're relying on the great law enforcement agencies that we're surrounded by. Yeah, we're getting by. Yes.
So, he's talking about something about the police being there to encourage him or something. He's all mad about it. They're not allowed to stop him.
I have no idea, sir.
What sort of services are the fire officers involved being offered in the department?
Say that again for me?
What sort of services are the fire officers involved being offered by the department?
So our department has a mental health group that is available to them as they need it. It's completely confidential. It's paid for by the city. However, I'm not privy to their usage of it. So I'm confident that they are aware of it. Absolutely.
So the family, they issued that release. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been over and over. They call this a brutal murder.
I say it's just a tragic ending to what started out as an everyday traffic stop. The proverbial routine traffic stop ended in tragedy.
And then what they find from that, would you get most stuff a ticket, or you do the rest of them, or not, or analyze those?
We would only know that if the investigation would have been allowed to play out, right? Trying to extract him from the vehicle was part of that process to further figure out what was going to happen from a criminal element of this circumstance. Now we won't know. We will, not right now. You know, I feel like they deserve privacy right now.
So at the end of the video, when it all goes down, there's like a chainsaw or something.
I'll speak to that just from watching what you're watching. I'm pretty certain that's the vehicle. You'll hear actually when you rewatch this, which I'm sure you will. You'll hear that vehicle actually revs high RPMs just prior to the eruption of gunfire. That's all I can assume here.
Just got some questions from the room. Could he have been reaching for his seatbelt buckle? Is that something that's gone through?
Again, I'm not doing the investigation as I watch this. Could have been. It's in the same location. I would actually say just the contrary. The force continuum goes from verbal to hands-on. I think had our officers chosen to, we're all looking at this from a Monday morning quarterback standpoint. They had no idea what was about to happen. They couldn't have known what was about to happen. And so had they have chosen to use a pepper ball, to use a taser, to use some other impact weapon, something actually higher level of force than hands-on, I think we would be questioning that, to be quite honest. So that escalation of force from verbal to hands-on, in my opinion, was absolutely reasonable and appropriate.
We talked about based on training, do all 5 officers have to see the gun to shoot?
That's not that's not necessarily what I would deem as training.
When they choose to use deadly force, what's the standard? What do they have? I mean, I don't have to feel like their life is in danger. Do they have to see something certain?
They have to feel an imminent threat that could cause serious bodily injury or death to themselves or someone else. That's the state statute.
So it's when he starts firing just because their partner's firing without reason or not?
I'm going to let the investigation speak to that. Again, there just is no typical in our profession, right? I can't speak to the timeline of that. I know there's many detectives, investigators working hard as we speak, so I have full confidence in that. Anything else? Thank you all for coming. Appreciate you.
We're out here today to ensure our constitutional rights are respected by those that swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. This is a public service.